I found a few properties in Maryland that will pay off your student loans potentially for no money down, but there's a few caveats. So hear me out, because I'm reopening my membership in 15 days, but I understand that not everybody is ready to invest in rental properties. Some of you are just trying to get into your own home, which is why my assistant and I make videos to show you how to do just that with little to no money down. Back to Maryland. So here's a few caveats before I show you the properties. Number one, if I'm looking at programs like this, it's likely because I'm struggling, which means my expectations of the property and the location might need to have a little twinge of struggle to it as well. Number two, if I wasn't doing this, I'd still be teaching high school science. My husband is a professor who is still actively working, and that's important, and I'll explain why in a little bit. And number three, I like free. And quiet as kept, I don't know if the price I paid for my bachelor's was worth it. So if this program is going to pay for that while also giving me a home, sign me up. Let's look at the properties. One of the programs I'm looking at for this video is the Smart Buy program in Maryland, which will put 15% of your purchase price up to $20,000 to paying off your student loans. But the student loan has to be paid off in full. That's why this works out really well for my husband and I. Because I'm no longer teaching, I don't qualify for PSLF. He does. So if we did a program like this, the goal would be to pay off my student loans and his will be paid off in the next couple years. And then we can figure out what's next, I guess. So I would want to look at more of a house like this, right? I would want to say, hey, if we have to be here for 5 years, that is the term for this particular grant program, then I want a big old house. But there are no pictures. And they said with big energy in that listing, it is as is. So I'm sure there's work to be done. But this would have paid off my bachelor's and allowed him to pay off his 3 degrees in the next 2-3 years. And so our mortgage would be about $2,000 per month. Because I forgot to say, silly me, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. If you buy in targeted zones, as long as you don't own another house, you're fine. Yeah, works for me. But I know my husband, he's not a big fixer-upper kind of guy, so we would have probably gone for something more like this. Here's your living room, kitchen, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and full basement. And again, if we are repeat buyers, when we sell our residence, we would use that equity as the down payment and be paying $2,500 and none of my student loans. Those would be gone. But if you're a first-time home buyer, so you don't have access to the equity I do, there's 2 things I want you to consider here. Number one, this program allows you to double dip. There are other programs in Maryland that can pay the down payment while this one pays off your student loans. Get creative, get aggressive. Or number 2, there's cheaper options, like this condo, which has been released in the last 24 hours. Now, I understand it's small, but when I think about people who just graduated college, or I think about people in like intense debt pay down, this works super well. Because not only is it incredibly cheap, it stops your student loan payments if you can pay off that debt, right? And it's super close to Johns Hopkins, which means you can rent it out after the 5 years, no problem. $1,300 for a 2-bedroom right next to Johns Hopkins, and it includes the HOA, which includes utilities. I had to just check to make sure. Now, your front door does open into the street, but so does a house. So, tiny kitchen, massive fridge. Who doesn't love a clawfoot tub? And the larger of the 2 bedrooms. Well, but after all of that, if you're saying to yourself, man, I'd rather just be an investor, I'm not trying to move anymore. Wow. I'm glad I found you, because that's what I help with. My membership will reopen June 21st with the info session registration opening tomorrow, June 7th. But if this is the stage you're truly at, amazing. We will continue to post these sorts of videos to help you get into a house in 2025. Hope that helps.